Hi everyone, it's Ashley from Crime and Controversy. This is our new channel and I welcome you to it. I was in the midst of making my first video about the Idaho 4 case, about the four college students who were brutally unalived in their off-campus home back in November 2022, just a couple months ago. I was making that and I am working on making that. But then a whole bunch of stuff came out that I wanted to talk to you guys about right now. So then I thought, well, I can make my official video and work on that and give that time because we're really not going to have any major updates now for a while because the suspect who ended up being arrested is not going to be seen in court until June of 2023. It is now January 18th of 2023. So we still have a while. So I'm going to be working on a full on video that's going to explain the whole case. So if you happen to be like one of my followers from Facebook or something and you're coming over to support me over here and you don't really know what this case is, that's fine. You can wait and watch that full video. But if you're like me and you've been following this story and you really just want to soak up all you can about it because it's horrible what happened to these kids. And I know they were 20, 21 years old, but they're still children to me. I mean, to most people, they're still very young and have their whole lives ahead of them. And it is just completely unfair to them, I mean, in their families and just, it's just a crazy, crazy case. But I wanted to talk to you guys because a couple things. So first of all, the list of things that were confiscated from the suspect's apartment. So, spoiler alert, if you don't know how this story got here, click out now. Okay, but the suspect Brian Koberger, they went to his apartment and they confiscated these things. Now that report has been released, but we don't know what came of it. So I'm not here to tell you that these are facts. I'm just talking about it. That they found, I had the list here, but it included a glove, and there's some speculation that that glove could have been the other glove to the pair of the one that was found outside of the home by like a detective that had nothing to do with this case. I don't know, but they did find some sort of glove in his apartment that they took. They took his computer tower, which, I mean, I don't think that's telling because they would take any kind of computer electronic devices or anything. Like if anybody is suspected of murdering, or of committing any major crime, they're going to come take all their electronic devices. That, to me, that's not really telling, but they did take it. But what's crazy is they found all kind of possible hair and a possible animal hair. So now that has everybody running wild all over social media about where this animal hair came from and if that could have been from Murphy Kaylee Gonsalves's dog. And then this also brought, like, when I was working on making this video about the whole case, I'm including how internet sleuths and everybody went crazy wild over trying to find somebody to like convict in the eyes of social media. And if you guys remember, poor Jack Decor was like tore up, like that poor kid was crazy, like run through the mud crazy, right? Like everybody was convinced it was Jack Decor, which was Kaylee Gonsalves's ex-boyfriend, who shares the dog Murphy, the golden doodle that you see. They shared that dog. They shared custody of that dog. They dated for like 5 years, and they had just recently broken up when this happened, and she wasn't supposed to be there. She was just coming back to visit her best friend Maddie Mogan, who ended up also being a victim in this case. And then they called Jack Decor like 10 times between both of their cell phones, about an hour and a half before they ended up being unalived, but it had no connection. And like poor Jack was like run through the mud for months, really. And then there was a lot of speculation on Hoodie Guy, Jack Showalter, and he was walking them like being like their chauffeur, or their not chauffeur, but you know, he was protecting them, their protector. And then there was like suspicion on just like everybody that knew them. Then the Adam guy, that video came out about Adam. Remember, like this case has gone crazy, and I am working on a video that's going to kind of bring all that together. But I just wanted to talk about the things that they found in his apartment. So, like I said, they found the possible hairs. There's like six hairs that I imagine do not belong to him. And if he's like the loner that they say, why would there be other hair, right? Like he clearly didn't have like a lot of friends. It's not like he had people in and out of his home. Now, if they found like one of Brian's hair at the crime scene, I mean, unless it was like in blood, that would be clearly bad for him. But like if they just found one of his hairs on the couch, he could say he partied there. But to find the victim's hair, or you know, clearly the victim's hair at his apartment, would be really, really, really damning evidence for him. So what do you think? Do you think, I mean, I know he's innocent until proven guilty, but is there anybody out there that thinks he's innocent? If you do, why? We're going to have the big video that talks about all that, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the hair thing, the pet hair. Could that be Murphy? Like the people in the groups are saying that that kind of dog does not shed no matter what. Is that true? Can you tell me in the comments below if you happen to watch this video? If you could subscribe to this channel, because we had like 2022, we opened this channel with a whole big content list of things we were going to create. And then my personal life, I lost my mom, and then my daughter ended up fighting for her life, and it just ended up compiling, and it was just too much. So now we're coming back. We're going to be covering all kind of true crime, reality TV, controversial things in pop culture, all the things, okay? So if you guys could please subscribe and support our new channel so that we can have fun and bring you guys a new perspective in the community. It will be very interesting. I'm excited to move forward in this channel and, you know, grow over here on YouTube. But also, another thing that has been going crazy all over social media has been this People article. Is it People? That said that he had been messaging the victims for a couple weeks prior to the murders. So now, but then I heard that it was on Facebook, and now I'm hearing that it was an Instagram account, and that it may have been Madison Mogan, but I heard originally that it was Kaylee Gonsalves. So I don't know. My personal, like, if you were to ask me what I think a lot of it has to do with Mad Greek. I think the restaurant where Xana and Madison worked, because honestly, like the way I had always seen this before we had a suspect, I never really suspected the boyfriend or anybody. I kind of always thought it would be a stalker, because it just seemed too much for anybody that they knew personally. Like, I just felt like anybody that they knew personally wouldn't be confident enough to think that they could get away with such a thing like that. Like, if it would have just been the girls, maybe, but that's a huge quadruple homicide. I just didn't see a young college student, you know, a 19, 20, 21-year-old being that able and that full of hate, and that I just didn't see that. I thought it would be like a serial killer or, you know, a stalker. And to be honest, it makes sense to me that it wouldn't be a stalker on Kaylee. And I feel like a lot of people were going after that route because she's, you know, as far as society goes, she's the beautiful one. And I mean, they're all beautiful. Looks have nothing to do with it, right? But like, I feel like they tend to put that on, like like Kaylee and Maddie as like the gorgeous ones. I personally find Xana the prettiest one of all, but like, I mean, they're all beautiful. I don't want to spend too much time on this. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't, okay. So, but you know what I mean? I feel like Kaylee is an easy target people are going for, I feel like. But I don't feel like that makes much sense, because if she wasn't supposed to be there, and neither was Ethan, and then Ethan's the one male, like, if you were going to, you can't really put yourself in that mindset, but I'm thinking, if you were like that mad at a guy, if you're like, if you're that vindictive and wanting to go hurt a man, why would you end up killing 4 other females that just happen to be there? Like, that to me doesn't make sense. So to me, Ethan's not the target. And then I wouldn't think Kaylee would be the target, because she wasn't supposed to be there. So I would feel like if Kaylee was the target, it would have happened in a different kind of setting, a different kind of way. Maybe they would have. I don't know. I always thought that it would be Xana or Maddie, and the fact that the two of them both worked at Mad Greek Restaurant, and the two of them seemed to be the ones that lived there, that were meant to be there that night. So to me, I thought that it made much more sense for them, one of them or even both of them, to be the target, and that it would be a targeted attack by a stalker or somebody they don't know. The fact that they both worked at the same restaurant, and then if we find out that that restaurant had a vegan menu, that Brian Koberger was a devout vegan, but then I'm hearing that he was only vegan because of his health concerns, because the being vegan helps the symptoms of visual snow, which is a condition of the vision. I don't know. But also, he made his parents like throw out pots and pans that had ever had animal product in it. So to me, if you were only doing something for a health benefit and you really didn't care about animals, it was just a health benefit, then it wouldn't matter that there were ever animal in the pot and pan that you're now eating, because there wouldn't be anything that would hurt you. So to me, I believe that he really is a vegan. And then there are the people that say that he used to be a heroin addict. And if you don't care about your body enough to put heroin in it, then clearly you're not going to care enough about animal products. I don't find that argument to make sense at all, because if you know addiction, I studied addiction psychology in college. One has nothing to do with the other. You can completely care about yourself and be healthy, and or love animals and not want to eat animal products, but then fall into addiction, or fall into addiction, and then when you recover, you find yourself, you're going to college and something happens and you realize you don't want to partake in eating animal products. Things can happen. I don't necessarily believe one is related to the other, as a lot of people have suggested. So that's just my take. I wanted to tell you guys that this guy was stalking them in some form. It was released. I don't know on what social media form or who he was messaging, but I do believe it was Maddie or Kaylee. I'm going to go with my original thing that it was probably Maddie. I'm going to stick with, I think Maddie and Xana is where I think this guy had seen them, whether it be at the restaurant or whatever. That is my own take on it. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm going to make another video discussing all the things that people are talking about on social media regarding this case, but the full on, almost like deep dive into this case that I'm working on is in the works, but I didn't want to wait a week or two to start getting content back on this channel and to bring this stuff to you guys. So I'll probably do like little pop-up ones like this, but then I'm going to make a real solid video that's going to honor the victims and tell the full story. And I will drop that hopefully in a few weeks. But for right now, we're just going to do these little ones where I bring you guys the latest updates or things that I see that are cringe on social media. I'm going to make another one right now to talk to you guys about all the different things I'm seeing on in all these social media groups and things like that. All right. So please like this video and subscribe. I promise you, we may be new, but we are going to rock your socks. I love y'all. Bye.